Yeah, now we are going to looking the options. What are the options that we are having to migrate to Azure SQL database? Okay, so one of the option we can try is backpacks. You know that right in the interview they might ask you what's the difference between a backpack and DAGpack. So the backpack means schema with data. DAGpack means only the schema. It will not contain the data. Now if I click export data tier application, now it is saying the backpack. Now if I want to do here like extract, it will saying the backpack. Okay, and you just come here, export, next, come browse, like done. Next, if you want, you can save to the storage account. As of now I'm going with the local disk. Next, next, finish. Now we are exporting the data. Why we are doing the backpack here? Why? Because if you see with the limitations of Azure SQL database, that the .bak files will not support it. Okay, so it will support only backpacks. So once we extracted these backpacks, you can store that in the Azure storage account. Later on, you can move to the SQL Server. Okay, and I will go here, and from there, okay, you can import that SQL Server option. Okay, so here we have an option, right? From SQL Server you can import the into this service account. Okay, you need to select that backup storage option. Okay, so that is a one of the way. Okay, and one more another option what we are having is sometimes uh, otherwise we need also do the if we have very huge database in size. So Microsoft generally recommends to, I mean, for example, I am having a huge database I have stored in the Azure SQL storage account. If I do the import process, and it might get failed saying that out of memory error. What will happen if I click import? If I click import, what will happen here in the backend? Okay, so in the per every region, for every region we have some from VMs deployed for this export and import operation. Okay, and this is like for every region. Okay, for every region, okay, we have some certain limit of VM to process the export and import operation. By any chance, for example, I am hitting at the time import operation. At the same time, n number of users also trying to export the this thing. So due to at that time, what will happen? Every VM will be consumed. Okay. So for our resource, we may not get resources. At that time, we will get error. To avoid this error, Microsoft recommends to go with the SQL package is the one of the best one of the best thing to migrate this huge workload of databases. This is the a technical community link, tech community link written by Yohanan, one of the Microsoft support engineer from Microsoft. Okay, he's not from vendor. Okay, and for example, we have this is an article. So I have prepared one thing for you, and see. Now, before going to that, what we need to do here is we need to install that DAC framework. If I click here, you will redirect it to this page. And you see, right now I'm using Windows, right? So you need to download this file. So once you this is having 10.2 MB. Once you download this file, so everything SQL package related files you are getting updated. Okay, and where I need to go for this. Okay, once you down install that, okay, so now just go to CMD and open and select with run as administrator, click yes. Now type cd. See, as of now I'm using the latest edition version, right? So if you for example, if you are using 2022, you have to go 160. If you are using 2019, it is like 150. You have to select as per the versions. Okay, or otherwise if you are not getting error issues, you can go use the latest version. So cd type presenter. Okay, now we have changed from this path to this path. Now you can type cls to remove all this nonsense. Now what we are doing here is we are exporting. And it means we are bringing the SQL server, we are bringing the database from SQL server to our local system. You are considered this is one of the option. Okay, and once you want to go to test location, text. Okay, and 1 minute, I will explain the syntax here. So this is SQL Server package name. Action what we are doing export. From where we are doing export from this SQL Server. What is the destination name that we are using? Archive DB. What is the username? This one. What is the password? This one. Where we want to download this file to this location. Okay, and just copy this command and go to this and press here, press enter. Now we are exporting, we are bringing the SQL server. You can consider, for example, every day you want to maintain a backup in the local PC as a security precautions. If you have this kind of requirement, you can just prepare the script and you can maintain in the task scheduler. Okay, this is the why, because in the archive DB last time we have maintained, right, ledger. We have make this is not a normal database. This is the ledger database. That's the reason what the system generated values are not captured in this uh, tables. So you have to make sure which method is best suitable for you or not. See now this file has been located in this location. Now you just go back. See, the file got created. Okay, now the same thing what I need to do here is I need to import. I need to import from our local system to Azure. Okay, now what will happen? I just here I am doing export database server name. What is the database name that I want to create? Harsha, like username, password. Where is the file that I this is the file, and what is the edition? That is the one premium, and what is the objective? P4. Okay, if I give this thing directly, it will select one default business general purpose highest tier. That's the reason it always recommended to give the respective edition as well. Now just copy this command. What happened? Copy. Yeah, press enter. Now we have deploying the SQL server. If I go and check here, say as of now, databases, there is no username with test, right? You will see that soon. So we have deployed the we have imported directly. We have backpack in our SQL server. From using that backpack, we directly importing to that into the this thing into SQL server using SQL package. Okay, so what are the other options that we are having? What is this error? So previously in the first session, in the first batch, I used to do that in the trial account, right? In the trial account, you cannot import that, okay, to the highest standard, service standard. That is the error. Okay, that I want to show you. But if you add this line df destination file, so you will get to know the progress of the SQL package. You just copy this here and you can mention that's it. So you will get to know what is happening in the SQL server. Okay, and this is take that is done. I'm just sharing this document. Now we will see what are the other options we are having is replication. Okay, now I'm taking another SQL server. So we have four types of replications, right? Okay. Meanwhile, we will see this progress. Okay. And we have replication, snapshot replication, transaction replication, p2p replication, merge replication, right? But to Azure, it will support only transaction replication with push subscriptions. Okay, and that is the thing you have to know. In the interview, they might ask you, can you configure transaction replication to Azure? Yes, we can configure. The only thing is subscriber should be this thing. Okay, Azure SQL database. You cannot configure Azure SQL database as a publisher, as a distributor. These are the things you should know. Now on the replication, just configure distribution. Now next, 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 finish. What we are doing here, we are trying to configure distribution database on SQL Server 2019 Hyderabad. Okay, now refresh this button. Now if you see here, previously we don't have distribution database. Now it has been created. And if I go to security login, see distributor login also got created. Now we have configured replication, we have configured distribution. Right now what I need to do, just go to the replication, local publication, select new publication. Now for now I am selecting one of the database. Next, select the transaction replication, proceed to next. Then select one of the table. Next, next, uh, next, not required snapshot immediately and keep them available to initial snapshot. This is done. So how I need to connect to the publisher by import process account. This is enough. Okay. We are in the same, right? No, not required. Next, next, transactional replication to Harsha database. Just for my consent. Okay. And next, finish. So we have created one publication. Okay, for one of the table. Done. Now you just come here and do refresh. Now it is done. Now what I need to do here is you need to select, okay, new subscriptions. Next. Now here you need I said that we can configure only push subscription, right? So you need to select this option. This option we cannot select it. If I select, it will get fail. Next. Next. So what here I need to select SQL subscriber. Here you need to select this database. Done. So here you need to select the database. So here I am having only one database, I think so. Harsha is there, right? Okay. See, now it got deployed. Now, previously, that we have imported the Harsha database using backpack file. Now, total it took 4 minutes, 26 seconds, 11 milliseconds. So I'm closing this now. Now, so okay, I will select. Okay, I will select Harsha for now. Next. Now here you need to select the agent account, distributed agent, and the SQL Server here. Okay. How I need to connect? This is that distributed agent. Okay. So for subscriber, how I need to connect subscriber using the application only, right? Why it lock? Done. Yeah. Now lock. Yeah, it is done. Now next, 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 next. Finish. See, we have successfully created the subscription. Okay, now let's see how it works or not. Now I need to connect to the SQL Server, Azure Office. Yes. See, we got the data here. Okay, if you're there, refill table. See, we are having 6 records. Okay, now what I will do here is, now I will go to this database, this user table. Yeah, edit 200 rows. Here I am typing as a yes, adding yes. Done. Save. Done. Now I will cross check once again here. Done. Okay. Now it is done. Now before going that, what I will do, I will check that. View log reader agent. See, transaction one try with command what there. It means it was there. It was if I click refresh here, it will change here as well. See, it will change. It means every modification that we are doing in the on-prem were successfully replicating to Azure SQL database. It means we have successfully replicated, okay, to the on-prem database to Azure using transactional replication. Then what are the other options we are having is data migration assistant, data migration style. So both are same only, but most of the options we are having in data migration service that we can do using portal or using this thing. Now I will show you the both ways. Uh, you need for that from 11 from 11 in from up to 11 generally whenever you install SSMS, Azure Data Studio also will get installed by default. Otherwise, once you install the Azure Data Studio, come to your extension, you need to install this option, Azure SQL migration option. Okay, now you just connect to any SQL server, expand that. You just double click on that, so you will get like this. Once you get like this, you can click Azure SQL migration here. Okay, now I will want to show this the same thing in the portal as well. Now for that we have Azure data migration service, click on that. So you can go on Azure. This thing is free for creating free, but if you use integrated, that will be paid. So as of now I will show you one sample account how you used to create. Just SQL Server, to whom we need to the Azure SQL database. Select the migration, then select it. Just enter the name. Okay, the name it should be unique in all other. Okay, and just press next. Review create. That's it. It will get create. As of now, before coming to this demo class, I have created one thing here. This is just newly created. Okay, and you can see here. Now click on new migration here. Select that. See, if you see here, if you select managed instance, we are getting blob storage, network file storage, online and offline. But if you select Azure SQL database, as of now, it will support only offline. Okay. Now this scenario is currently disabled and requires run to access migrant service. Now click runtime here. Now see, as of now, I need to use click in to download that. Once you download, click on download. You will use any of this version. This is the latest version. Okay. I already see right as of now this is 1.1 GB. I already downloaded that. Okay. And I'm just going download program files. See there. Now click install. Yeah, it is taking time. Yeah, next. So I accept the conditions. Next, next, install. So this is the option we have. So one more option what we are having is data sync. Okay. Meanwhile, we will go with the data sync as a one. It will take time to install. Okay. Is that okay, right, guys? Hello. Okay. So meanwhile, we will go with the data sync. So what option? So the same thing. Okay. The online version of the replication is called literally Azure Data Sync only. So here we call it follows hub and spoke topology. To here it means we have main database. From that database, all are this just connected, just like subscribers. So before going to that, and these are the things to work properly. We need to allow Azure access to on, and we need to enable 1433 port. Okay, and we need primary key just like transactional replication, and we need to go to the for Azure, how we used to have limitation for Azure SQL database. The same thing we have limitations for data sync as well. Okay, and I will finish this one. So managed you cannot configure data sync to managed instance, but it will not support Azure Azure Active Directory authentication as of now. And for example, if you have these kind of scenarios, arsha as a schema dot dbo, okay, and arsha dot arsha, if you have these kind of tables, then it will not support it in the data sync. And schema changes are not automatically sync. We have to use DDL triggers, or you can use manually, you have to update it. And whenever new column drop, this thing we know. And table party data sync have identity column that has, see, data sync cannot have identity column that is not a primary key. So if you are having two primary, one primary key, another apart from identity key, it will not support it. Either it should have both at one column. And you can see maximum groups, like tables, how many sync groups, how many sync groups that one database belongs to. These are of general limitations. Okay, so this is how like general environment works. Like, see, as of now, this is my Azure SQL database, on-prem database. Now I have configured bidirectional or unidirectional as well. Okay, and meanwhile, I will want to show one PPT as well, so that you will not this thing, not data sync. Why this is coming into this? 1 minute. Okay, I will send it later. Why it is not? Yeah, now no, this is not the thing. This is the best practice. Okay, leave it. That's not required, and I will send that in the email. Okay, and the same thing. Okay, what we used to do in the on-prem, right? Okay, and in on-prem, I will show you. In on-prem, what we used to call publisher, right? Here we are calling it as app database. Here what we are calling distributed database, distributor, right? What we are calling as a meta database, sync meta database. Okay, here we are calling it as a subscribers, right? There we are calling it as a member database. Member database. See the same. This is the same architecture, but if I ask any non-IT, any non-DBA guy, he will confuse with the discom, but he can configure data sync. That much of flexibility we have in Azure data sync. Okay, and coming to this, the installation got completed. Click finish. Click yes. Now it is asking for a key. Now I come here, copy this one of the key and paste it. Now done. Click register. It will, yeah. Now it means what, we are directly linking our on-prem Lenovo instance, this computer, to Azure database. Now click finish. Enable remote access. Not a TCL. No, 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 no. Okay. Click
And
finish.
what, Asha,
Yes, yes, please.
what are the size database will support for migrations? For example, if we have a TB, which
Yeah.
migration is suitable?
See, it's all depends upon your requirement. You, before talking anything on this, you have to do like one trial run. Okay, see, if you go as data sync everything, it will take time. If I go with the data sync 500 GB to refresh to see the list of tables, it will take 8 hours, minimum 8 hours it will show. Okay, now what you need to do here is, even for TBA of databases, okay, so you have to write one Excel document. Like if I go with the SQL package, this is the database DB name, and method. If I go method time. Okay, now like this thing. If I'm having this database, I'm following SQL package method. Okay, and it will taking time 2 hours, and downtime requires also 2 hours. Okay, and downtime we are having currently, customer is okay for 2 hours. Okay, and like if I use the same database, I'm using SSMS backpack, or otherwise I'm using storage account. Storage account, it is taking for 1 hour, and customer is also 2 hour is okay for him. For example, I'm using for this database, I'm using data sync. It will take 8 hours. Okay, customer is 2 hours downtime. So now this will, you have to prepare one huge list like that, and once submitted, not only this thing, right, this we are not and customer doesn't support like offline migration, right? So what is the online options that we are having? Only data sync and replication. These are the online two things, right? So if you have a TB of database of any databases, replication is one of the best way. And we have some limitations, right? So we cannot say directly if you go this method, go that method. So as per organizations, You have to do one dry run, and you have to come to one conclusion. Okay, launch configuration manager. That's it. Now we have connected. Now this same integration options will also used for data factory. See, if you see connected to cloud service data factory version 2. Okay, now click OK. That is done. Now select. Now we have connected to the DMS service. Now what, where I need to see computer source name here? What is the source? It's Lenovo, right? Not this thing. Where I will connect this thing. This I want to connect to this instance. Minimize this. Go to connect this one. As of now, if I go with Windows authentication, it will not support. It will support only this thing. One, two, three. Trust certificate. Next. How this DMS working means because of self integration. See, this cloud database is having in some East US region, some other region. I am sitting in India, Hyderabad. How I am used to connecting this database using integration service only. I am whether I will see this whether I am able to connect or not using SQL authentication. Yeah, I'm able to connect. This is working. So one note has been appear. Connecting source SQL server to collect the list of databases. It will take time. See, list it will please wait. This operation may take longer than expected to complete. I will ask one question. Okay, guys, just random question. Okay, I'm having 500 GB database. Customer doesn't give like only 2 3 minutes. Okay, he said that any day 2 3 minutes is okay for me. Downtime. Then what is the best option for the customer requirement?
Application syncs.
Yes. Why? It will support online transaction, right? See what will happen. Even though it's 500 GB, I have configured and I will left it. See, whole week it will take. I don't have any problem. Okay. At the Sunday, what will take? I will ask the application team. Okay. Now everything is kind of. I mean, how many rows we are having in the in the publisher? The same rows we are having in the application in the data in the Azure as well. You just stop the connections to the main database so that we can flip over. Once that is done, within 2 or 3 minutes we will flip over, and we will disconnect that thing, and we will ask the customer to redirect all the connections to Azure SQL database. And we will see that's how we, based on the requirement, we need to suggest what are the options that that is suitable for our requirement. Now just connect to the storage account, our demo storage. This is okay. And as of now, or this database already I am having this now. Okay, now
Harsha, one more method.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
uh,
we have ADF as well, but ADF we don't have any touch with ADF, right? That's the reason I didn't discuss that.
one more thing I need to ask
Yeah, yeah. Go
clarification.
ahead, go ahead.
If we'll take full backup, for example, on Prime, we can take full backup. Okay.
Yes, yeah,
Then the file will push some blob storage or something. Okay.
yeah.
Then I will have to restore the with no recovery in Azure
No,
SQL
with
Server.
no recover, there is. I told you that, right? Full backup will not support. Only we have concept called backpacks.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
there is no concept like whenever you take that backup, right? Backpack, it's considered as a full backup. We don't have an option called with no recovery or restore. Okay, direct online only.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
But it works Azure VM.
yeah, it will works for Azure VM is just like on-prem SQL server only, right? Yeah,
ठीक है.
yeah, yeah. Now we are targeting to this database. Okay, now next. See here, it is saying that please it will take time than expected. Okay, and I will meanwhile I will go with where is the data. Yeah, see, this is the what I want to show you. In the replication, in the on-prem, we are calling it as a replication. Here we calling it as a update async. Publisher, distributor, subscriber, hub database, zinc database, member database. Here we require primary key. Here also we require primary key. Here we calling it as a transaction replication. Here we are calling it as unidirectional. P2P replication, here calling it as a bidirectional. Here we have a replication monitor. We are having a portal to check this. If I go here, this is how we can launch replication monitor, right? In coming to portal, I will show you while configuring. Okay. Now these are the same thing. So how it works means it will create some triggers. Okay, it will track the insert, update, and delete statements, and it will push to the sync metadatabase. The sync metadatabase hold the changes, and it will forward to the member databases. So how we can resolve the conflicts means we have to select. For example, at the same time, one is equal to, I mean, I have inserted one is equal to Harsha, and this one is equal or one is equal to some other name. So which one I need to insert in the main database means hub. So using that, you can select that whenever the conflict occurs, you have to override by this database values only. That thing we can configure, okay. And these are the limitations, okay. If for example, your table contains square brackets, even dots also, it will not support it. There are certain limitations as well. Okay, so before going to anything, any practical or anything, you have to go through the limitations, and you have to implement whether you are falling under the limitations or not. You have to cross check that, and that limitations, these are things, okay. So this that the only thing, these are the like maximums. How many database I can add in one sync group is 30. How many sync groups can we add to single database is 5. What are the maximum characters that supports the table schema means 50. How many tables, if I one sync group is 500 data 500. How many columns? 1000. how many maximum row size is 24. For example, if your row size is more than 24 MB, then you are not your table is not eligible for data sync. Okay, and these are like normal things only. And done. Now I will move back to this thing. Yeah, selected that thing. Now it will asking for DBO sales. Now click migration, start migration. See, we have successfully created DMS project. Okay, that which is under like offline method only. If I click here, the service, you will get to know everything. As of now, here you can see the pending, right? So after certain moment, it will take huge time. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, now just click refresh, and it will take time. So after end of the class, we will see the progress. Okay, now we will concentrate on data sync. You know that how data sync works and everything, right? I will show you this simple thing. Okay, so what I am doing, I am creating one folder. Okay, and one more folder. Okay, so this is for first what I will do here. What are the databases from on-prem? Okay, from on-prem or from Azure that I want to participate data sync. Here we calling it as a. I am going to add all these databases. And what are the tables that I want to make that I will bring those tables from these databases. Okay, that is what Azure Data Sync works. I will show you practically. Okay, now click to Azure, and now click to DRJ7 SQL database. This is the database, right? Now I will select this database test. Here we have option called sync to other database. Now click on to sync other databases. See, I said that folders, right? This is how we used to call that. Now technically we are calling it as a sync group. We are grouping. Now what I name Arsha sync group. So I want to use new database. Okay. Configure that sync meta database. So it is creating one database just like our distribution database. Okay. Now I'm selling automatic sync only. Sync frequency is 5 seconds. Okay, conflict resolution, I need to select hub. Okay, how I need to connect to the this database hub. That is the name that I want to type here, Arsha. Okay, now click OK. Now before going to that, we need to check whether this option is enabled or not. What option? Networking option. If I go here, this option I need to check enable this option once the meta data tables got exposed. Okay, displayed, after that you can disable this option. Only for initial sync only we need to enable this option. I will tell you what is the initial sync as well. Okay, now done. Go to the test database, sync to other database. Now we have creating, still it is updating the server. So once this done, you are going to see the database groups as well. See, now we have migrated the status and everything. Okay, script deployment has completed, objects completed, one thing, but still it is in progress. So it is like that thing, it will take time to see the migration status as a completed. Okay, so what is the type we have completed? My date schema and data migration. So what I will do here is I will connect here, refresh databases. See, we can see this migration status as well. See, I got the records as well. Okay, not this thing, right? I want to, this is configured by replication, right? What is the table that I have configured here? Person dot address table only, right? Oh, that's same thing. That's it. Okay, wait. Okay, now the refresh here. Now see, the sync group got created. Now click here. See, I have added one database. What is the database? The same test database. Okay, so now the same thing. Now what I want to do here is I want to configure this database. Okay, uh, person dot address to Azure SQL test database. For that, I need one mediator, right? First of all, I need to bring this Arsha database to into Azure Sync group. That is the one main thing. Okay, now now just click that. Now here we have option, right? Now Azure SQL, we are not looking for Azure SQL database. We are looking for on-prem database. Now select, click on that. Sync agent. We don't have any sync agent here. So right now, see, we need to download this option. Click on download, click download, and we need to select 64-bit. Done. Next, agree. Next. So for to download that, what I need to do here is you need to download host name, copy host name, comma username. See here it is selling that if you want to run Windows Service account, you have to use domain slash local user. Next, next, yes. So not this thing, right? Now what I will do, I will connect it to the test database. Yeah, we have successfully installed sync agent. Now I'm deleting and close this button. Now see I have done that. Now you click on that. Now I need not yet configured. Yeah, data sync. That one, there down exit. Yes. Now I need to click submit key. Click on submit key. Well, I don't have agent keys, right? Now I need to create new agent. Agent name is like Arsha agent name and then click and create generate. Yeah. Now it got created, right? Now what you need to do, you need to just copy this button and go here and paste it here and give the credentials. What is the credentials that you want to give? Like on-prem SQL Server credentials that you want to give. So this is sync meta database, right? So you need to connect to Azure SQL. Where is the sync meta database hosting? On test on the same server, right? That password you need to give here. Test connection. Done. Click OK. Yeah, it got it. Now click on registered. Click on SQL. Yeah, now it was okay. Now what is the server name? Lenovo. What is the database name? Here that I want to add, like Arsha, right? Now select Arsha. Click test connection. Done. Now OK. Click save. Now we have linked our Azure SQL database on-prem database to Azure. Now minimize this option. Now click OK. Now sync gateway. Here Harsha gateway. Click OK. Now select the database. What is the member name? On-prem. How is connected this thing, right? Bidirectional. Click OK. Now click OK. See, we have successfully added our Azure database as well as member database as well. See, on-prem database we have added. Now, one thing, I have created one folder that we used to call as member group. Okay, in that I have one folder again, database. I have added all the databases. Now I need to bring the tables as well in that. Now, if you want to add the tables, just click on the tables. Now this is the call. For example, select the database on-prem. How where I need to have in the this database, right? From I need to push the table from on-prem to Azure. Select the database, click refresh. Whenever you first time the tables got visible, that we used to call it as a initial sync. If you are doing this on up database, then it will call it as a initial sync. For that, you need to enable this option. Now on-prem database, select OK. Now save OK. Now you after that we are going to see one table here once it is successfully processed. Now this wizard, okay, we used to call it as a replicate Azure data sync monitor. You can consider like that, okay? Why? Because what is happening, everything you will see in the logs folder. Now click on refresh. See, now you can see that data provision successfully in 5.8 seconds. Now going if this option is grayed out, it means it is going in the back end. Now what I will do, yeah, now sync. See, sync completed successfully in on-prem. Uploaded 5 here. Means 5 changes uploaded means what? These changes got uploaded. Okay, in sync metadatabase. Okay, now we will see that. Now go to this. Now, so where I have configured into test database, right? You just come here, tables. See all these tables. See DBA's their sales got created. Employee, this is their default and previously. So with all these tables are created by the data sync system as well. Okay, these are by default will get created. Now if I see, right click on that, select new query. See, as of now, the data got entered. In on-prem also, I'm having 5 records. Okay, here also I'm having 5 records. Means data sync got okay. Now what I will do here is I will change something here. Okay, now test. Now what I will do, I will Czechoslovakia. Yes, I am just adding one. Click save. Make sure that the change is okay. Yeah, I had addresses right. Now done. Go to the portal. See, as of now, upload is 10100, right? Now click sync. See, upload one. It means it was uploaded the data. Now if I go here, the same thing. What I will do here is, I will go to our this database, new query. See, I'm able to view the new data in on-prem in on Azure SQL database as well. One thing like this is done. Now what I will do, for example, I am doing anything. So not only as a database administration, not only we work with database, our developers also will work. So what they used to do, without consulting ourselves, they will do the schema changes and everything, right? Every time they do, they cannot inform as well, right? Once they require help, they will ask. So if there is any change, okay, what you need to do here is, okay, you just first remove, okay, those table and save. Again you need to add back those table. I make sure that you have selected all the newly added columns and click save. So once it is done, your newly data will go change into destination table, whether it is a column level or data type or anything. Okay, that is the only thing you have to do. Sync. Okay, and now what I will do here is, meanwhile, and you only tell me, I will show one scenario for you. Now this thing and new query, come here. Where is this thing? Azure? This is done, right? 111.11.12. Now what I will do, I will go this test database. I'm seeing the numbers. Okay, now just come here. I'm inserting the data in on-prem SQL Server. Okay, if you see, I'm on-prem only using bulk insert. You just click execute. Now that is done. Now what I will see here is, if I click Azure SQL Server, I am having total 10 records. If I go in the portal, okay, in the portal, I'm clicking the sync as well and clicking on refresh logs as well. But if you see, the still I am uploading 0 records. 0, 0, everything will be 0 only, right? Now this is done. Now this is still we are seeing the 15 record, 5 records only. Why I am unable to see the other 5 records? Can anyone let me know? Meanwhile, I will show you this. Anyone, please?
Does change anything for schema level?
No, we have just entered the data, right? We have not done
Okay.
anything change. See, this is the reason. Can anyone help me with by reading this? This one, please. Hello?
Yeah, I will read. I will read.
Yeah.
Bulk insert does not fire trigger by default. If fire underscore triggers isn't specified, the no insert trigger execute. Add the fire underscore triggers option to so we need to add fire underscore triggers
Yes,
option.
the same option. Okay. So now what I will do here is not this thing.
So it's like it kind of when we enable bulk logged option.
Yes. Okay. When we are doing anything, bulk insert option, anything, okay, you need to specify this 5 trigger option using Excel. Now what I will do here is, okay, I will go test. I need to change these records, right? So the newly added data is gone. Okay, you cannot insert this 11, 17. Okay, now 21, 22. Now save, close. Now if I find the triggers, so what we need to do is that we need to uncheck the table and we need to insert again. Then only the uninserted data will come. Okay, if I do 5 triggers are right here. Now everything will get okay. Now what I will do here is now come here, refresh logs. See, 5 records got uploaded. Now if you want to see here in on-prem, we are having 15 records. In Azure, we are having 10 records. Why? Because first 5 records we didn't find the triggers. After next 5 records, we inserted the 5 triggers. Okay, so this is how like we need to learn about our environment. Okay, now we have done everything is okay and everything is working fine. So some point of view you encountered error, you don't know anything. Okay, you got an error, you are facing difficulties. Okay, you don't know where you need to start the troubleshooting. For that purpose, we are having one option called Azure or data sync. Hello. Yeah, sorry for that. Hello, Bhaskar.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
you're
okay.
audible.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Now, see, we have a data sync health checker. Now, this is the option where we need to use this option. You just click copy here, open PowerShell with run as administrator. Click yes. Now, paste it here. Now, what you need to do here? First, you need to click text demo 07, sync meta database name. What is that? The same. What is the database name? Come here. So it is asking what is the sync database name that you are using. This thing, but username, password, the same thing. This thing, okay. Where is the hub credential? The same thing. You need to pass the credentials, okay, values, respective values, okay, and it will let you know what is the error is. Hub database is test, right? Hub
Yes,
database.
yes. Like before, we have seen like SQL checker, no? That same way.
The same thing. That is connectivity checker. This is data
Connecting
sync
check.
health checker. See member database, right? It is asking for member database. Now it will show member server Lenovo, database name Harsha. I want to use Windows authentication, right? That's the reason I am not giving any username and password. It will letting know. In case slash true, in case if you want to use uh, set member authentication to true. In case if you want to use Windows authentication. Okay, now what I want to do, you just I'm setting that true. Here I need true. Okay, this is done. Now you need to click this thing. Done. Our job is done. Okay, you just wait for the result. So once it is done, it will pop up the result, but some organization they will disable the pop-ups, right? So for that it will give the location where the files got saved. See, this is the in this location the files got saved. Now what you need to do here is, okay, you just go this database and read the errors. Okay, what the error it will doing in everything parameter. Okay, now if even though if you are unable to find the error, okay, you need to raise a case with Microsoft. Even though you raise, the first thing they will ask you to provide these logs. Okay, once you done, you just they will give the link. Okay, you just upload these files, they will check and they will suggest one solution for you. So this is how we need to start uh, from a data sync health checker. Okay, so yeah, any doubts as of now for this? Yeah, this is done. These many ways we are having to migrate Azure SQL database. Especially we are targeting for Azure SQL database only, right? This is the limited options what we are having. And any doubts, Sharma, Bhaskar, any other persons? Otherwise, I will stop the recording. Yeah, okay, I'm stopping.